the buntin' this season, we'll all have to get new trucks to carry away the suits and hats and shoes that's promised. Got thet?" Cas, Benny, Enoch, and the others formed a ring around Poke and danced in Indian fashion. "Hey, you rail splitter, if you lose today we'll kill you. Sonny, get them hayseeds out of your eyes." "Listen to this, fellows," yelled Cas, breaking up the ring. "Reuben, Reuben, we've been thinkin' that we'll put the kibosh on you if today you don't put 'em over and cut thet plate right in two." Chase found himself joining lustily in the song. There was a scene of wild excitement, which for no apparent reason centered about poor bewildered Poke. The boys sang and yelled at him and slapped him on the back till they were all out of breath. "Rube, you're on." "Get in the game now, you long, lanky, scared lookin' beanpole." On the way out, Chase, dazed at himself, not understanding why he had joined in the unanimous attack on Poke, slipped up to him and whispered, "Don't mind it. We mean well. Keep your nerve and pitch hard." The bleachers showed a disposition to resent Mac's choice in such an important game, and were not slow in voicing their feelings. "Mac, where did you get it?" "Lock the gate! Lock the gate! Get some straw for the calves of its legs. Help! 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 Well! Well! Well!" Poke undoubtedly showed nervousness when he faced the first Toledo batter, and he was wild. He drove the batter back from the plate, and then gave him his base on balls. The bleachers broke out in a roar, but the Findlay players then showed one of the beautiful features of baseball, a thing that makes the game what it is. Hicks walked toward the pitcher, and handing him the ball, said: "Ease up, ease up. Pitch for my mitt. Take more time." Then from all the players came soft, aggressive encouragement. "Make 'em hit, sonny," said Enoch. "Remember there's 7 men back here playin' with you." "Don't let any more walk, old man," said Ford. "There's a stone wall behind you, Pokey, so put 'em over," said Benny. "Let 'em hit to me," said Chase. From the outfield came low calls of similar import. Poke's heart swelled in his throat, as could be seen by the way he swallowed. He was white and dripping with sweat. His perturbation was so manifest that the Toledo players jeered at him. His situation was the most important and painful stage in the evolution of a pitcher. Much depended on how he would meet it. He threw the ball toward the next batter, who hit it back to him. Poke made a good stop of the ball, dropped it, recovered it, and then stood helpless. Both runners were safe. The Toledo players yelled. The bleachers roared. Poke's chance shone a little dimmer. Again the Findlay players voiced their characteristic inspiriting calls. Poke threw off his cap and again faced a batter. "Stay with 'em till your hair blows out," called Enoch. The batter hit the next ball sharply to Chase. He was on it with a leap, picked it up cleanly, touched second base on the run, and whipped it to first, making a double play. The runner on second had, of course, reached third. "2 down, old man. Play the hitter. Make him hit." Toledo's man drove up a long fly in Thatcher's direction. As he ran to get under it, the bleachers yelled, "In the well! In the well!" Past experience had taught them what fate to expect of a fly ball hit to the dude. For Findlay, Enoch went out on a foul to the catcher. Thatcher had 2 strikes called, missed the next, and retired in disgust. Chase, now batting third, worked a base on balls. A passed ball sent him to second. Then Havil hit sharply through short field. Chase started for third with all his speed. The play was for him to score. When he reached third he was going like the wind. As he circled round the base, Bud, the Toledo third baseman, stuck out his hip. Chase collided with it, went hurtling through the air, and rolled over and over. He felt a severe pain, and the field whirled round. He could not make a move before Bud got the ball and touched him out. Mac and Enoch came running. The former spoke some hot words to Bud. "What you givin' us?" said that individual. "Didn't he run agin me? Go soak your head." Enoch was bending over Chase. Mittie ran out with a cup of water, and other players surrounded them. "I'm not hurt much, I guess," said Chase. "I'm only dizzy. Wait a minute. What did he do to me?" "Call time!" yelled Mac to the umpire. Chase, I told you to look out for Bud. Thet's his old trick. He gave you the hip, stuck out his hip, and spilled you all over the field. It's a dirty trick and a bad thing for a fast man to run agin. I hope you ain't hurt." "Shure, you did tumble. Won't forgit thet in a hurry." "Say, Bud, why don't you ever try thet on me?" demanded Cas. "Bah!" replied Bud, and walked toward the bench. Chase was considerably shaken up and bruised, but able to go on with the game. He did not say another word about it, only he made a mental reservation that he would surprise Mr. Budd the next time he rounded third base. Some snappy fielding saved Poke again in the second inning, and in the third Toledo made a run on a base on balls, a hit, and a fly to the outfield. Then the long pitcher seemed to settle down and lose his nervousness. Thereafter he mowed the Toledo batters down as if they were cornstalks on his farm. The harder he worked, the swifter he threw, the steadier he became. He was ungainly. He did not know how to pitch, but what speed he had! The fickle bleachers atoned for their derision. The grandstands showed their delight. And the Findlay players, one and all, kept talking to him, lauding him to the skies, and belittling the hitters who faced him. "Oh, I don't know. Pretty poor. I guess not." "Poke 'em over, Poke." "Speed. Oh no, you can't see 'em." "Grand, Rube, grand." In the eighth inning, when Findlay came in for their bat, Chase ran into the dressing room and searched for a horseshoe nail that he remembered seeing. He put it in his pocket. There was one man out when he came to the bat, and he determined to get his base. As luck would have it, he placed a hot single to right field. As soon as he reached first and stopped, he took the horseshoe nail out of his pocket and held it firmly in his left hand, point exposed. One glance toward the bench gave him the sign. Mac's score card was in sight, which meant to run on the first ball pitched. Chase watched the Toledo pitcher with hawk like eyes. He got up on his toes, and as the pitcher started to swing, Chase started for second base. He heard the crack of a ball as Havil hit it, and saw it shoot out over short to bound between the running fielders. He ran as he had never run before, turned second, raced for third, and gripped his horseshoe nail. Bud was leisurely backing into third base trickily, to get there just at the right instant. Chase sped onward, with his eye on that muscular hip. He saw it suddenly, like a gray flash, protrude into his path, and using all his force he swung upward with the horseshoe nail. Bud sprang spasmodically into the air. "Ugh!" A hoarse yell escaped him. The crowd in the stands and bleachers did not know what Chase had done, but as he easily scored while Bud walked Spanish, they divined the triumph of retaliation, and howled with all the might of the fair minded lovers of sport. But the Findlay players and the Toledo players knew how the little youngster Chase had got back at the veteran Bud. It was a play such as every ball player reveled in. It embodied the great spirit of the game. And to a man they broke out and pranced over the field in unbridled joy. For a time the game was interrupted. And the best part of the incident was when, after Findlay had won 7-3, Bud went into the Findlay dressing room and said to Chase, "Kid, shake hands. I've been looking for that for years." End of chapter 11.